Really?
I don't believe.
Yep. Let me just unmute everyone.
Are we live?
Now we are live, and everyone should be able
We're
to hear
live,
us.
right? We're not live. There's nothing telling us we're live. We can't possibly be live. That's really weird.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? It's mad. Hello, hello. Let me just click on my own YouTube panel. Yeah, we're
Well, you're talking as if we're really actually live. Would it kind of possibly be live? Someone put YouTube on. John, can you just put YouTube on?
I'm checking this shit.
I'm on YouTube.
Yeah, we don't trust you. Let me just double. Yeah, no, we're live. We're live.
Right, okay.
Looking back in time.
Hello everyone. Hello, welcome to the RD Loam Show, episode 155. We should have called it Standby for Technical Difficulties, but no, we're just calling it what we're calling it. So welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. On tonight's show, we will be doing some stuff. There'll be some stuff. There'll be some things as well. We were just talking about that before. We decided we are going to do some things. A little bit of squonking as well. And news from the vaping universe. Travava. And there's even a little troll of the week as well at the end.
Exciting.
Very exciting. Very exciting. So, I'm slightly out of sync. I'll fix that while we're talking. So, let's just get into it. James, how's your week been? What you vaping? What you watching on the telly? What did you have for lunch? And if you had a dog, what would it be called?
Oh, that's good.
Dog, good, nice. We're definitely live. Okay.
That's been an elaborate joke, James. You want to be on some side court? No fucking idea.
Just double check myself. Well, I'll just pretend that we're live. Okay. Week has been good. To be honest with you, I say week has been good. Vape wise, week has been amazing. I've had I've had a couple of things through that have been just outstanding vape wise. So I might as well tell you about them. This week I have had, just in the last couple of days, I have got I've been after one of these for ages, a Narca from North.
It looks fucking amazing on top of that.
And it's quite a bonny little setup. I am really enjoying it. It's a little feisty at the moment. I got a coil with it and some wire with it, and it's a little feisty. It's 0.3, and it's kind of a NIE. Clapping jobby, and but the flavour is it's superb. It's really very very good. Muted for kettle. The people say that technical difficulties. No, we've got so I got the Narca through it this week. I've been after one for a wee while. It's dead easy to build on in comparison to, in my opinion, in comparison to the Nora. Same excellent flavour, looks sexy as anything. And I'm enjoying that a lot. So I'm kind of doing my week stroke vaping at the minute. So anyway, then I've got the Narca, I've got on the Chris Scott and Mackenzie Keogh, and in there I've got Dan Burdock from Jeffries. Other vape thing this week. This has been a bit of a. I don't like the term unicorn really, but it's a bit of a unicorn for us. It is a Colors Creations Delta.
It's gorgeous.
It's quite a lovely bit.
Can you change the sleeve on that? Because I can't remember.
Yeah.
Sexy.
This is the DNA 75 version, so there's no key. You don't get a key with it, which I was slightly disappointed. That was my only disappointment, was that you didn't get the key.
But it's narrow, isn't it? You've got nowhere near as much body as you used to when it first.
In comparison to a Zero, it's maybe half the size of a Zero.
Yeah. I like that.
It packs a punch. I love the cutouts on the little Chevrolet cutouts on the battery. I love it absolutely, and it is tiny, but it is weighty. You can feel it's a little bit of quality. That's the DNA 75 version. That is the next Delta. Is that what it's called? Yeah, the next Delta. And on there is the Dwarf, the Hellfire Whistle on top, and in there is I just cracked this open today. Custard powder from Spectrum Vaping.
Custard powder.
Custard powder. It's like a bird's custard kind of flavour. It's like a proper old school custard.
Nice.
It is nice. It's really nice. And the dwarf, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I did have the Nick salted version of turkey in there, but I haven't been able to put it down. So by about 1 o'clock, I was starting to feel a bit Nick sick. I kept vaping it. So that's my two little things. That's my week in vaping. Some dreams fulfilled, as they say.
I thought you were going to list some dreams then. I thought you were going to go some dreams this week.
I've been sleeping. Let's tell you what I've been. Don't you think that dreams are a lot like nighttime telly? So let's just tell you what my nighttime telly. So I got them both today. I'm chuffed to bits with them. Absolutely delighted with them, and I'd like to thank the people who were involved in getting us them. But I won't name names. And then finally, when I'm vaping on, stroke what my week is. New format on it. I've got the E7 Classic with what do they call it again? Yeah, Vaping V2, and a whistle on top. And in there is my regular tobacco crunch from concentrate. This week has been good. So this week's been good. I'm not watching much telly really. I'm watching Parks and Recs again. I'm playing Call of Duty. Still, I'm playing computer games like an infant. Yeah. Like a child. Brad's camera is still weird according to chat. Can everybody else see this?
No, only us.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay. Only us.
Brad, your camera's weird according to chat. You're a little bit washed out. You're kind of shiny and washed out.
No, you look fine, Brad. You look fine, Brad. It's a combination of things, but I'm working my way through.
We're doing it. Sorry.
You do your thing. I'm just going to sit here and look weird.
I was going to apologise for interrupting James, but he fucking interrupted himself by reading a fucking message.
Because this is on you. I've got the thing. That just pops up there.
Yeah, we need to stop playing with that chat in Skype. That's part of the problem.
Oh, right.
Okay. Making it go away now.
Okay. So I'm playing Black Ops. Yesterday on Black Ops, they released an update. And it had Nuketown on it. And if people who are Black Ops fans, they'd be like, "Oh, Nuketown, awesome!" People who don't know will be just like, "Would you shut up?" So I'll shut up.
Is it the best Call of Duty ever?
Is it the best Call of Duty ever? It's not, but it's up there. It's the best one in 3-4 years, maybe. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. And for the first time ever, there's no non-online version. There is no game, which I never played anyway. So that's good. You get more online, less game, and I like that a lot. What am I drinking? I haven't poured this in my glass. I'm about to pour a Hot House 30.
That's a nice change for you. It's not bad, that.
You know what it is? I save my good beers for a weekend. I drink the cheap because Fridays. I'm busy on a Friday. I've got lots of stuff to do on a Friday. I can't just be drinking like quality beer, so I'll drink on a Thursday. Do you know what I mean? So I'll have a nice. But I thought, new format. We're all in this Celebrity Squares thing. You're there, and you're down there, and I'm up there, but it's not like that. I look on YouTube. I don't know where I am. You're up there, aren't you? I think.
No.
We've got any idea. That's what I'm drinking. Right. Oh, so if I had a dog, we've already decided. My son has already decided if we get a dog, we're going to call the dog Soup. So I wouldn't go against him. If we get a dog, be it boy, girl, any kind of dog, any kind of pet, probably not. Well, not any kind of, but definitely a dog. If we get a dog, we'll call it Soup. No idea why. It's quite a cute name, I think. Soup.
I think Soup works as a name, James.
Pardon?
I think Soup works really well as a name.
I think it does. I can see myself shouting Soup. Soup! There's Soup!
You know what's going to happen is there's going to be a queue of people standing outside. Yeah, we're here for the soup.
Yeah. Possible. So is that it? I feel all flustered with this new format. I feel all.
I like the fact someone in chat just made the same joke as I did before the show started. Nick Smith said, James is bringing the milk tray.
That was exactly the. No. This is. I'm all dressed in black. Cause me thing. Look, me thing. Is that backwards or is that right? That's backwards on my screen.
No. It looks fine in the broadcast.
Good. I'm paying me respects. Damn it. What are you doing? You. Who's down here? Who's here?
No one.
Okay, you.
No, you're pointing at the wrong.
Okay, third time lucky. You.
That's me.
Oh, excellent. Can you? Is it a good time for you, Rich, or not a good time for you?
I don't. Nothing. Let's just do it because it's not going to be a good time.
Okay, Rich. How's your week been? What you been vaping on? What you drinking? How are you doing right now? This instant. Is this stressful for you? Is that plant new? Is the plant new? I don't remember seeing the plant. Somebody mentioned the plant. Yes, I've not seen the plant, but I remember somebody mentioning the plant.
Busted for not watching my reviews.
You know what it is? I turn them on and I like them, and I turn them off again. I'm sorry. I haven't got time just to watch reviews. You know what I mean? I'm just.
Do you leave it playing on mute for a bit?
I could if you want. Was that better or worse?
Yeah, it's better for my audience retention stats.
Oh, that's no problem. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll sign into all my different devices and I'll set them all the way and play.
Awesome.
Magic. Okay, Rich, how's your week been? What are you drinking on? What are you vaping on? And well, I haven't got a prepared question. I'm always a half brat. My notes are over there. I'm not organised. I'm just not organised. If you had if somebody gave you a cat, give you a cat. Have you got a cat already?
I've got a cat.
Okay, have you got a dog?
Nope.
No. Hamster. Have you got a hamster?
Nope. I've just got a cat. Let's shorten that list.
If you're a ferret, what would you call it?
If I had a ferret, what would I call it?
Yeah. Okay. Go Rich. Go.
Okay. Tonight I'm vaping on the Dreamer with the Dead Rabbit. Inside there I have an original Nata, available at justadnick.co.uk. Also I have the Basium. The Basium with the D-Pro Mini on top. That's going to be replaced by your Goon, I think. God knows what's in there. Oh, it's this. It's honey and cinnamon Danish. Also from Just Add Nick. And in here, this is a brand new device I've been sent from Tesla today. I don't know if it's new or they just sent it me because they do that. But yeah, that's a thing. Got a resin tank on it. It's a thing. And this has inside it cream soda, I think, from Jeffrey's.
Oh, cream soda. That's good.
So yeah,
I like cream soda.
Yeah.
Lemonade.
I don't know if they're all better suited to lower wattages. I don't know. That's a feeling I'm getting just from testers, but I haven't properly explored.
I've been sort of I've got a dual 0.2 down the line of burdock slamming through. It's nice.
Yeah. Okay. You're not a good test subject though, are you, Iron Throat?
Nah, it's fairly better than this. It's like 68 milligrams. It's fine.
Yeah. So that's what I'm vaping. For lunch I had a cheese and ham sandwich. If I had a ferret, I would call it. I would call it Ferret's Bueller. And if he wanted a day off, he could have one.
Good man, that was good.
Is that it? Week's been about as good as the first 15 minutes of this show. It's been a symbolic thing. So this is a microcosm of my week so far. So anyway, shall I move on? Is that it? I
think you've nailed it.
Brad.
Yes.
How's your week been? What you vaping? What you drinking? What you have for lunch? How's your week been? And what you vaping? And if you had a frog, what would you call that?
I had a frog. So I was trying to look up at you, but I can't see you up there. This is a blinding ass.
It's really hard to look down. Like, it doesn't work. Down. Up work. That worked. You talking up. That worked.
It's been good. I've been pretending to work, as you can see. Got the tire on.
You've just been parking cars outside a hotel down the road.
That's pretty much it. And being South African, I managed to steal 3 of them. So can't complain.
People don't know you're an albino, do they?
I've been in and out of the consulate all week, actually, trying to sort out my daughter's passport because we go to South Africa on the weekend.
You're going to South Africa this weekend?
Yeah.
This is how we find out Brad's not on the show next week. Because he didn't say that. He's never fucking told us that.
I told you guys 2 months ago.
Amazing.
I just haven't told you since.
Fair dues.
Which is also why Richard sent me a new mug.
Oh, I do remember that. You said you were going to
Yes.
have it on the fly. You're right.
So
You're right.
I can have it, and it's easier to fly with and vape that side without carrying batteries and chargers and blah, 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 because, well, I'm a lazy git.
And what is that device?
This is the Inican, and I can't pronounce it, and Endura.
Endura, that's pretty good.
Endura? Oh, that really isn't as hard to pronounce as
It's pretty much English, to be fair, Brad.
I do that sometimes. You look at the words, you go, oh, I'm not sure. Or I think I know how to pronounce it, but I'm not saying it out loud, and therefore I'm not sure that's going to be right.
I think the truth of the matter might just be that I can't read, and I've only just figured this out.
Fuck.
Oh well, it's pictures for me only. So, as promised, I'm vaping something new with a 1.5 ohm coil, which I'm really, really enjoying on a mouth to lung draw. And I have got in here a bottle of something which was on my desk and now it's gone, but you all know it as Cactus Jack, so you know what's on. I still have Old Faithful with me because, well, she's old and she's faithful. So
You're still going to take that, aren't you?
nah. The thought of lugging batteries and chargers and all the crap that goes with it, and cotton and tools and blah blah blah, while fitting in all the immense, vast quantity of shit I have to take for my daughter.
So you're just taking one device?
Yeah, I'm just taking this.
You're a knob. That is definitely going to go wrong. You need a backup.
Well, now I'm rethinking that plan.
Yeah, why don't you just have a decent coil and something? You just need cotton and a pair of scissors. That's all you need. You don't need anything else.
It's got a micro USB port on it.
Fucking hell, one device? Never. Never going all over one in my life.
It's got a micro USB port on the NES on it.
On
So
the
you
net.
just-
Oh yeah, on the net.
So you
Yeah.
just need a phone charger.
Ah. See, that's why we keep you around, because I have not noticed.
Yeah, see, sorted, and now you just need some cotton and a pair of scissors, and you're done, aren't you?
I've had this for, I don't know, how long have I had this? 6 months?
Yeah.
Just
And I've only just noticed there's a freaking charging port on it. Beep. And I've also only just realised I can't read, so...
Fucking
Every day.
yeah, one hell of a night, like Brad. One hell of a night.
Wait till he gets off the fucking thing tonight. He'll be going, darling, just quick couple of things. Number one, I can't read. Number two,
Look at this fucking big hole in here.
turns out I'm a fucking dickhead.
Oh no, she knew that from day one. She's been with me 5 years and she knew I was a kid right from the beginning. Right. I've completely blanked on what the rest of your questions were, so I'm going to guess you asked about a meal of some or other variety.
Yep.
Which one?
Lunch.
Lunch. Lunch was pretty cool. I was at someone else's office and they served lunch there for a bunch of other people, and I just snuck in and stole a bunch of sandwiches. So, I had free lunch, which is always good. I am drinking, and I desperately need to recharge my beverage. I am drinking Clockwork Orange. No, Clockwork Tangerine. Again, reading is difficult.
Yeah.
When you recharge that beverage, there's a little hole in the side of your glass. What you do is you put the beer in
Never
that.
guess what, love? Look at this. You can refill these glasses. Stop chucking them in the fucking bin.
The hole in the top. Look at that. We've thrown them away after one. That's
I
terrible.
just spat beer out all over myself. Always fun. that's all of that covered. And it was, if I was naming a frog. I would call said frog. I would actually call said frog dog. Because you can call it whatever the fuck you like. It ain't going to come to you. It's a frog.
Yeah, that's true.
But he'll probably taste pretty good if I fry him up right. Sprinkle a little bit of salt on him, watch his legs bounce over the plate while I eat on him.
I don't think they bounce once you cooked them.
Yeah, you're barbarian.
Well, you all knew I was barbaric to begin with.
You can eat frogs. It's a fact.
I'm going to throw this one across to John. And I'm waiting to see in the video below whether I've pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, John.
I have no fucking idea.
It's a pretty steep learning curve, this, but hopefully by the end of the show we'll have it sorted. John, darling, how's your week? What are you vaping on? What are you drinking? Although I think you may have already alluded to that. What did you have for lunch? And more importantly, what does everyone else think you had for lunch? The there and there, or the there and there. I don't know where you are. And if you had a pet gecko, what would you call it?
Okay. It's been a really tiring week this week actually. I kind of looked like I've had no sleep. I haven't had much sleep. But a good week. Good week. What out for lunch? What did I have? Oh wait there. It was really stupid. Oh no, you see, it's a shame. Go, Joe.
Rich, what do you think that John had for lunch?
Well, James.
It looks even weirder on my screen because you're not in that place.
Yeah. Do you know? Because he knows it's Thursday, he knows what he's doing a bit. I reckon he's possibly had deep fried cabbage. Just because, so he just looks like, oh, I've had a normal meal, I'll just had deep fried cabbage, and so it's not funny.
Good answer. I mean, I give this a little bit of thought today, and I thought exactly the same as you. To be honest with you, Rich. I thought he's probably he's gonna be asked. He's gonna want something a little bit unusual, and so I think he probably had something in pill form. He probably had like a meal in pill form, like future food. He probably had future food, and it was probably two tangerines and some a full gluten-free meal, but all in just a tiny little.
in the children's chewable vitamins.
Yeah. I know once for a fact he had a Barocca and a Snickers.
It was actually shitter than that. Yesterday's was a funnier meal. It turns out OCD and gluten intolerances don't mix. But what did I have today? I had the same as I had last week. I had 3 macaroons and 2 tangerines. That's why. That is what I had for lunch.
That's not a lunch, John. You're gonna.
Yesterday was more amusing because I just got so fucking bored of being in a supermarket that I bought a pack of prawn crackers and some sweet chili sauce. Then I had 2 tangerines. Well, that's what I had for lunch. I had a normal dinner. I had spaghetti bolognese, but with pasta-free pasta, which is but it's okay. It's quite nice pasta-free pasta. It's all right. Oh, what am I vaping on? I am vaping on lemon crack in the billet box with a vape shell inside that. It's good. I have got a iStick Pico 21700 with a silver saver on top, and inside that had a bit of when I first started the whole Facebooking of the world, everybody knew me for vaping Raspberry Mint. I'm back on Raspberry Mint. Silver Sabre, and I got it on the open drawer thing. 12mg, obviously. And last but by no means least, I have a Scott Bonamod. Wow, this is bad. You can't really see that. Oh, that's worse. Oh. I have a Scott Bonamod. Inside the Scott Bonamod, I've got a mystery liquid from Strawberry Fields. And on top of it, what the fuck is on top of that? Oh, it is a dead rabbit with a butcher cap on top. Competition cap. Challenge cap. Challenge accepted, it says on the side. Which is good.
Rowdy.
If I had a pet gecko, what would I call it?
Gordon's tempting.
Gordon. Not bad.
Chat's actually come up with a pretty good one. Glenn has come up with gluten.
Oh, that's not bad. We used to do this. I'm going to say I'd call it something quite boring, like Eric, because when we used to go on holiday in Southeast Asia, you get them in your house, in your room all the time, but you never get rid of them because there's so many mosquitoes. You don't really care. So we just used to name them.
They're going to eat the geckos and the moths.
Mosquito, yeah. So we used to just call them like Eric and stuff. It was just be like Eric, Bob, Jeff, and the more you got in the week, you didn't really give a shit. There'd be like 6 geckos. It's fine. And then nobody told me they were different sizes. Everyone thinks geckos are that big. That's not true. They like that. You get big ones, like different species, and those ones eat those ones, and those ones. Do you know why gecko's called a gecko?
Nope.
That's the noise they make when they're big. They go gecko like that. It's really, really weird. Just out of nowhere. Not lit. They don't, they don't enunciate. But they do all right, for a lizard. News.
We have some in Sunderland where you have a man who down the town who sells papers from a stand, and he shouts, "Echo!"
Same.
Which is he starts off shouting Echo, but at the end of the day he's going,
Yeah.
He makes it.
I know.
We've got the same thing.
Sorry.
Diving. Straight into the news. Oh, I've got 2. We just double check something. Oh, I didn't put my extra line in there, but I hope Richard's got the picture that I won't be able to see, that I just realised I won't be able to see, so I'm going to have to do this. It's hitting the news all this week that Juuls have decided to ditch all their flavours except mint, tobacco, and menthol, isn't it? That's the thing. They're basically matching Philip Morris, but then because we've done this to death, and we know that. Sorry, I'm trying to do a million things at once.
So I'm showing the picture now, John. Is that right?
And in an attempt to extinguish criticism that it markets its products to children and strengthened its age verification. Fucking hell. Sorry, the fucking punctuation's everywhere on this. Basically, however, 2 of the flavours it has removed from sale in the US remain on sale in Sainsbury's. It's just like a fucking non-story. They're not banned from sale they're banned. Not banned. They've banned themselves from sale in the US. They're not banned at all. It's a non-story. I thought it was quite scary actually that fear mongering has crept over the Atlantic, and we're here. Well, I don't know what anybody else thinks. That
I think there was some audio issues there while we were doing that. But yes, they should have been reading on screen what the article was saying anyway.
Okay, I read it. Basically, people, I read it.
But just in a nutshell, I mean, I totally get your point, John, that I saw you make on Facebook, that they're just protecting their own interests as a company, aren't they?
They are. At the end of the day, it's quite. I suppose it seems quite odd coming from me, because James and I have been at odds in the past when we've been talking about starter devices and Juuls specifically, but we're not really, because we both agree, James, that anything that stops somebody smoking is fantastic. And not only that, I don't agree with blue. I'll never agree with blue. I don't agree with the vape. I'll never agree with the vape. But this is an independent company. It's not a tobacco company at all. Juul have done incredibly well in the US, and they're being suppressed by it with a very, very clever marketing campaign. And I think they're stuck as to what to fucking do. They can't. They've got the money to lobby. But tobacco have got decades of experience when it comes to lobbying the government, and I think they've decided to stop throwing good money after bad. And the sad thing is, big tobacco's media campaign is working, and it's working with people I thought were cleverer.
So, what do you think, John? Do you think this is a win for big tobacco?
Absolutely.
Or do you think this is just Juul playing?
No, I think it's I think it's both. I think it's a win for big tobacco, because they've just levelled the playing field. They've swept Juul into playing the same game, really.
But see, this is I think I'm probably going to disagree with you here. We spoke about this last week or the week before, and those three flavors are, is it 80% of their total sales?
Yeah.
So granted that, I mean, when
they're 8% of the total sales of Philip Morris, not Juul.
None of Juuls. So do we know the numbers?
We don't know. We don't know.
We don't know the right. So it was Juuls. But I'm going to guesstimate there's probably similar sort of numbers if most people are buying them as a cigarette substitute, which they are. I don't know whether it is a loss or whether they are just because they have got such a big chunk of the market. Whether they're saying, well, yeah, you know what, we can go head to head with you, and we'll still beat you, and we'll just provide them three flavors, the same three flavors that you're providing, and we'll still be better than you. We'll still beat you. We'll still outsell you X amount to one or whatever. And I don't think it's necessarily them, because they have got the money to go up against them. And
I'm just going to play devil's advocate slightly. I'm not saying this is the truth, but let's kind of experimentally go down a path. I think most people, when they first started vaping, especially back in the day when you don't know anything about the industry, and there was no industry to know anything about, it's 6 years ago. When I started vaping, I vaped tobacco flavours because I assumed that's what I'd like, and if I didn't like that, I'd probably go for mint. I think that's a fair assumption if you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
I think Juul very cleverly played a very good long game. They knew initially they were a transitional product. I'm going to call it that. I'm going to pretend that's a word. We're going to go with that.
That's good. I like it.
So they were a transitional product. So they felt that there was a longevity in vaping. But you may as well take advantage as long as you can, and that's every market. That's not. I'm not. Whatever you think of capitalism, it exists. So they get you in with the tobaccos and mints. That's what I'm going to try. But they keep you there with the Knickerbocker Glory and lemon fruit surprise.
Yeah, I dig it.
But not only that, it leads you into an independent industry. I think to close it down, I think there's lots of people who won't know there's any choice outside of those three choices. I think they've been pinned into a position. I don't blame Juul. I'm not. That's exactly the point. Absolutely, the point I made the other day on Facebook that Richard had read, and I totally stand by it. They've been pinned into a position. They knew they were a transitional product previously because there were no regulations in place in the US. They knew that people were in all likelihood going to move on. So they get somebody, keep them from as long as possible, and then they catch and release, really, let them go, and become what we would, consider a vapor. And I think that has now been killed. Well, and this is the first move from the US government. It is only going to get worse. I think the TPD is going to look like a fucking walk in the park when it comes to where they want people.
Yeah, I agree with you. However, I still don't agree with that either. I think a lot of vapors, we don't see the vast majority of vapors, and especially not American vapors. I don't think we can necessarily comment on American vapors. However, I do know about smokers. You, as a smoker, I'm sure everybody here as a smoker was had a brand that
I totally agree.
And I was happy to stick with that brand, and I smoked the same cigarettes for many years. And I'm sure a lot of people will be happy to go. I'm getting used to it. My first vape, I bought tobacco. I never got used to it. If I'd have gotten used to it, I probably would have been happy to stick with that.
I agree. Well, I've got to put a correction in from chat because they're so correct, and I was a bit of a twat, and we kind of Rob Wiggles has pointed out something that's totally true, which is all the pods are still available for the Juul online. These are retail sales. The 3 pods are only available in the shops. So that very good correction, Rob. I apologise. That's totally true. But we are talking about. I'm talking really.
It's a shrewd move then, because they know the hobbyists and the people that are into it will know where to go.
Yeah, that is absolutely true.
It's not a big leap. It's not a big leap. My mother vapes and she buys all her coils and that sort of stuff online. It's not a big. She's 70. You know what I mean? It's not a big leap, is it? You know what I mean?
No. I think he's made a fucking good point. I just, for me, I think I think they've got worse to come if that flavour ban grows.
Well, my bit of news does cover that. So stay tuned.
Oh, stay tuned.
Yeah.
Good. But did you? But going back to the English side of that argument, I thought it was quite. I thought it was quite disappointing that the Telegraph went with that line of. I mean, nothing in that is true. Nothing in that is true. Saying they're banned in the US. That's not true. But they're still for sale in Sainsbury's. They are still for sale in Sainsbury's. They're still for sale behind the counter. They're not. You can't get them. We know how things are sold. It's comparing Sainsbury's to 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
The use of English that's let down there, referring to. They start the article out by Juul has banned it, but they carry on just referencing banned.
Yeah, but it's bollocks. Exactly, it's not banned. That's like Coke. If Coke suddenly stopped saying vanilla Coca-Cola in America and you can still get it here, it's not fucking banned. They just don't sell it, you bunch of twats.
They've just limited the sale of particular flavours in one territory. That happier rises. That's not a word. Makes the FDA happier.
Yeah, well, we hope they hope they've fought that fire. Rich.
Hello. What does it say? In my notes?
It says wireless charging mods.
Oh yeah. Okay. Check this out. Sorry, I'm just putting one on screen. Just putting a picture on screen for everyone. You guys can't see it, but you'll just have to use your imagination. This is Mark Todd's Instagram, and he put a picture up today of the new Edge by Digiflavor.
He's been using it because he's been sick, hasn't he?
Yeah, and he's got his lovely squape on top and all that. It's the mod itself is relatively unspectacular, but it does have inbuilt wireless charging and comes with a wireless charging dock.
Does that dock come with it? That's really cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, it literally comes with it. It says Digiflavor on it, everything. And he says it's very happily working away. So I thought that was quite interesting. Is that the way we're going? Do you reckon?
I don't know. I think it's better as a thing. I mean, fuck Bluetooth or a speaker. I quite like wireless charging. It's all right. It's a good idea.
I wonder what the actual battery inside is, though.
I don't even know what the battery is.
It's
isn't it?
For a long time, we've been saying don't charge your batteries in the mod.
Yeah, but then again, every single light bulb based mod, you've got no other choice but to do that.
Yeah,
but it's not new. Wireless charging isn't new. Vaporshark had wireless charging two years ago.
Yeah, it's not new, but it's been a long time since we've seen it in such a mainstream product release.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong, it looks cool too. It looks really that little cradle it sits in looks.
It does. It really does. It does look cool. I just wonder what batteries are in it, and if there's any long-term issues with charging it like that. Because as has been said before, the reason we don't recommend charging dual cells in a dual cell device is because the balanced charging on an inbuilt mod is not the best usually. And so eventually they're going to lose balance, they're going to lose parity as a married set of batteries. But if it's one big light, I don't know. Is it a 200 watt mod? I don't know. It's yeah, it'd be interesting to know what the actual guts look like of that mod. But I don't know if that's going to be the new thing.
Let's get Mark to crack his open. Just see.
Yeah, will be interesting to see the review if he does make a video for it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. How will they roll it out as well? Like, so for example, Digiflavor have done a mod with a charger. You buy the mod, you buy the charger. It comes together. But they can't just do that indefinitely. The next Digiflavor mod going to come with a cradle as well? Are we going to have a different cradle for each?
It's not. I mean, when it comes to cost-wise, is fuck all. I mean, it's a wireless charger. The tech inside's £2.
Yeah, and the tech is the same between them all. But are Wismet going to then release one with one? Are we going to end up with like how many micro USB cables do you have lying around? Thanks to vaping.
Yeah, true. I suppose it does kind of. Yeah. Okay, you can't have loads of fucking cradles.
Just don't really get how the
because the Vaporshark worked on, because I charged my phone and my Vaporshark on the same pad type thing. You could just lay it down and it just charged. Well, to be fair, the Vaporshark one was a bug-ridden dick. It didn't work very well. You had to be very exact with how you laid it down.
And did it not get really hot?
It got really fucking hot.
So I've had a few things. And how like ecologically friendly are these things? I get the feeling though that a lot of that power is just pissing out the sides like that.
No. That's not how it works. It's not like that. No.
Are you sure? I mean, I don't know. So I'll take your word for it, John. I'll take your word for it.
I can explain it later. It's really boring, but it's impossible. No,
Paul Bolson in chat says it is a dual 18650.
Oh, okay.
So I guess charge it happily on the wireless charger, but occasionally rotate the batteries, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose if you want to double check your I mean, yeah, you quite rightly put the problem is the balance board. I assumed it was a LiPo because, like James, I would think that'd be a better way to do it. But yeah.
So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. We haven't seen it for a while, and I just wonder how it's going to work, like logistically, if all the companies want to do it. I don't know. So that's the thing. It'd be better if they did it as an extra, an extra tenner on top of wherever you buy it from, to come with the charger or not, I guess.
I thought James was talking about landfill when he said ecologically speaking. I thought there'd be
no,
like
he's
loads of
on about
wireless charger
he's on
cables,
about
just
how
like-
efficient they are actually charging.
fairly. The heat's a problem.
Mark
It's
says it doesn't get
inefficient.
hot.
No, but if you get one that creates heat, that's a problem. Anytime you generate heat, you're wasting energy, definitely, because I mean that's just apparent. That's energy, but it doesn't ebb energy away. If there's nothing on it, it doesn't do anything.
It's something I've not really. I've never been interested in phones. Never been interested in mods.
It's a lot more
easy
simple
to-
than you imagine.
Well,
It's not some like. It's not some super scientific thing. It's not that clever. The wireless charging, it seems a lot more. It seems. I'm trying to avoid saying clever. It seems more intelligent than it is. It's not.
Yeah. I remember taking the vapor shop apart and seeing that wireless charging board, and it was just like
A coil.
a coil of and I just presumed that the wireless charging base is just pissing out electricity, and you're putting that on there, and it's catching some of it. That's just how I kind of.
No, you've got the opposing. There's another coil. I'll explain it after, probably. Or it's easy.
I don't need it.
Who's
I
next?
don't need it.
Who's next
I'm
on the
happy
run
to be
sheet?
ignorant.
Who's next on the run sheet? James is with the.
It is. It's me. So what I've got first up is something which looks as though it's probably the photos I've got, which I'm sure Rich is putting up now. For the Otis Orion RBA. This is a game changer. People say a game changer. This could be actual, genuine, bona fide game changer. This is from Otis Designs.
Oh, hang on then.
And at the moment, it's literally just.
What?
It's not even. It's not even.
Is
in
it the Billy
3D.
Box thing?
It's a Billabong. No, it's not the Billabong thing. It's the people who made the Billabong thing from the other week. It's marked as Otis Orion. It's like 3D images of. It's not the IM3. It's not the IM thing. No. Stop moving that about. Stop moving that about.
Huh?
It's not. You're just giving the game. Look at that. That's it. They've go back. That's it. It's in 3. I realise I'm looking at a screen there, which is probably quite a way back. So this is from Otis. It was announced a couple of years ago, and it was kind of a bit of a pie in the sky. I've designed this. It might well happen. Loads of people were dead excited about it, even to the point where they were going out and buying Orions. And this is basically a rebuildable.
I have to watch the show on my phone, so I know what the fuck you're on about.
Yeah, me as well. I'm looking at exactly.
I can
what
look
this
in
is.
the image folder on the.
It's fine, can't it?
But yeah, I totally get what you mean now. So so you put this on instead and use it as a RBA.
Absolutely. This is a rebuildable base, a rebuildable pod for the Orion, which, like I said, it could potentially be a game changer.
For the Orion, for the thing that Mark's got, the yes. Sorry, with you. Carry on. I'm a twat.
Yes, for the Lost Vapor Orion, for that cool little walkie-talkie looking chappy.
Awesome.
I think it's a brilliant idea. I can't really see the photos, but and really it's difficult to kind of to guess what it's going to be. It looks as though the coil is going to go at the top. It looks a little bit like what I mentioned last week or the week before, which was the Billabong Boxer.
It was about 4 weeks ago, but yes, that one.
If I had to guess from the pictures, it looks like an RDTA.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. So the coils at the top looks as though you've got your wick feeding down at the bottom. You've got a fill hole on the bottom left, or maybe that's on the top right. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I reckon top right. I reckon you're right there.
And it would I think it would make a hell of a difference. It would really make that as a viable option for a lot of people.
That does make me interested in it actually.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking interested at all before.
Mark Seaton's been doing some testing on the actual board itself. On the is it called the Go?
Yeah.
Evolve Go. And I think it's been quite positive. It seems as though it's quite a clever board. So I think what's going to make it is going to be the price. If you've got to fork out 60 or 70 quid for an Orion and then another 60 or 40 or 50, I don't know.
But the QC on the coils on the Orion had been bad, hasn't it? I mean, it's undeniable that people
have a few complaints about that. And when you're paying a £5 a pot or whatever, it's a £4 a pot, whatever it is. it's not good enough. You can't just go, well, there's a button, I'll just throw this in, because and the waste. Again, I'm starting to sound a bit like but the wastage on that is ridiculous. I mean, I would like to see Lost Vape do their own thing, so you know it's going to be pucker, because they've obviously designed the mod.
But they're not going to.
But this looks good. This looks good. I quite like that.
That's money. Yeah, and that's from Otis.
From Otis Design, yeah.
Good man. I think it's a fucking brilliant idea. And
I'll keep my eye on. If we get any more info, I guess it's not even been officially. I mean, it's been designed by JD Otis or whatever he's called, and why would you spend that time designing if you're going to build it? I don't know. If I get more info, I'll bring it back to the show, as I always do.
Good man.
Yeah. I'll keep one top, and I'll
get the phone back.
Cool, that's cool. Yeah. So Mark Todd. Whoa, I had this in my news earlier in the week, and then I saw it here again on Mark Todd's group. This is something that a lot of people have been waiting a long time for. This is a regulated freehand from Limelight Mechanics. Have I got pictures up there? Are they up now? Rich, Brill. I can't see what the pictures are, but I'm going to presume that it's the pictures of the line. So I've got a couple of different ones here. We've got a couple of size comparisons in comparison to the regular. Beautiful. So you can see there's not a lot of difference there. The original, it's a little bit flatter, but I think from the top it's pretty much the same width. It looks pretty cool. I mean, the original looks dead comfy. You are losing a little bit of that comfort factor, I think, by losing the bend in there for the curve of your hand, but it still looks dead cool. This is an evolved. It's going to be available in two different chips. Two different boards, the DNA75C or the Dicodes BF60 or Dicodes BF60. It's got an interchangeable faceplate, which has got a little hidden screw to be able to change that, so it's customizable. Piezo custom spring-loaded SS connector with either the 24 flush cup or the 22mm catch cup. All regular 80mm bottles fit. It's 8650. It's got a custom curved SS switch, so stainless steel switch, silver plated contacts, and it's going to be available in a variety of materials and custom options, just like the glue and the free, just like a lot of them are. The basic, I've got some prices for you. The basic model pricing is it's a walnut wood, obviously, with the evolved chip and an SS finish, and that's €330. And I think that is going up. That went up yesterday. Did that go up yesterday, or is that next Wednesday?
I think it's yesterday. Or today. You've got BB. Just going to give out the same warning as Mark gave out. If you remember, don't add people, cause problems. You're going to get yourself banned from the group. So don't do that. There's lists and stuff like that, but they have a very serious rule, don't they, about adding. They close the doors. Don't add people, or you'll get booted. So,
and I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. Not knocking it. I'm just saying. I saw a couple of people comment on the price earlier. I don't know what the fuck the freehand is. It's not a cheap mod. It never has been. I think it's in line with their normal pricing. Would you say the same, James?
I think it's a high end kit. I think it's high end quality. I think it's high end pricing, and I think that's fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not knocking it at all. I think it's. Yeah, I think it's daft to just jump in and go fucking expensive.
I think the size is surprising from the pictures. I'm glad that they went out of their way to show the size comparison.
Yeah.
It looks like they've kept it really tight.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's such a shame. I understand, obviously, with the flat screen, you've got to lose that curve, but it is a shame. I'd like to see one in real life.
Yeah, I think keeping the curve would just increase the size massively.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not knocking it. I just, but brilliantly they've shown them together. They're not hiding it. That's the way it is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, totally. I like it a lot. And as they've demonstrated in the past editions, customer service is absolutely flawless. You buy a Limelight mod, and I'm not saying it's a Limelight for life, but it's kind of, they look after you. They really, really look after you. Yeah. So good, exciting stuff. I'm looking forward to seeing all the various materials and custom options that are going to be available in that. That's the free and regulated from Line Mechanics.
And then last but not least, we have what's this then? Looks like an ATI.
This is the Daytona Mini.
Yes.
I spoke about this last week. I've got some more pictures from Infinity Mods. I can't see them, but so I'll just talk about it. So
I am showing them.
So last week I mentioned purely just that it was going to come out. It was going to be in the next 2 weeks. So now we're a week away, and prices and specs have been kind of released. We've got a couple of pictures, a little bit of a sneaky pic of the deck. Not massive. It's not really in detail, but you can see in one of the pictures a little bit of a deck shot. So what you're getting there, you're going to get the Daytona Mini, you're going to get a beauty ring, you're going to get a drip tip, you're going to get a BF pin, you're going to get a dripper pin, you're going to get a spare parts pack with a couple of O-rings for the deck, a couple of O-rings for the drip tip, and 2 extra screws for the deck, and that is going to be €79, which I don't think is a particularly bad price for a high-end Addy. As I was showing the picture there of the deck.
Yes, looks like a clamp.
This was the one that we had where it was the you gave us the artist's impression first. Yes, James?
Yes.
And then last week we got the real cap, and now we've got the deck. It's it's the trio. That's what you need. Well done.
Yeah, we
right on the edge.
Bring it all together. Oh, bring it all together. It's good. It's good. I like the look of it. I really like it. It's 18mm Addy. This is the black version, which is going to be the original release version, and I think it might be good. It does look as though you could dual coil this one, even though it's classed as a mouth long RTA. I need to see better pictures of the deck. I like what Alessandro does. I think it might be good. I think it might be dead good. €79, not bad. Not bad.
That has grown on me massively. And Rich, if you can go back to the deck pic. Sorry, mate.
Yes, I can, mate. Don't worry about that. I'm showing you right now.
Basically, the only reason I asked for that is so that I can fuck with you. You can leave. When a designer takes the effort of including small details like the chamfered, whatever the right word is.
Go with that number one. That was the way you say it.
The edges.
You can't read. I mean, you do it fucking brilliantly.
Just small things like that otherwise have no purpose other than aesthetic, maybe a small benefit. It just that I was always on the fence about it. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I like it. I'm going to add it to. I'll have to make a black mod now.
Good man.
Yeah,
it's very unusual for Brad to make anything black.
Who's next on the list? Sorry, I can't look at the running.
It's got to be Brad, FDA.
Me with the FDA. Okay, so this is actually continuing on from where the fuck are you? You're in one of those directions, John.
Continuing One of those erections.
Directions.
Sorry.
Directions. So the tobacco companies wrote the legislation. The FDA echoed them, as we've been told, or have realized, and then the tobacco companies canned all their flavored bullshit and just, we'll be good, we'll behave ourselves. All of a sudden, Juul comes along and, as John pointed out, followed the rules, which aren't rules yet, just preempted them, and has cut the flavor range within the US. This morning at 7 a.m., I believe, in America, the FDA made an announcement that they plan, this is the FDA planning on putting into legislation. I'm just going to read it because I can remember the English. They start out with the usual.
Sorry, he's reading. Fucking give it up.
It's true. I can read short words as long as it's less than like 3 syllables. I'm good. They started with the usual e-cigarettes are an epidemic amongst teens bullshit that can fuck right off. We don't care.
Among teens. You've already got to put it down as a pandemic. 'Cause it's not.
Yeah.
It's teens.
The agency is now working to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored cigars from the market, as well as restrict sales of flavored e-cigarettes. Sorry, I got distracted by pretty noises. Restrict sales of flavored e-cigarettes in stores and online. Thought it wouldn't be an outright ban on vape flavors in brick and mortar retailers. So the FDA has actually changed their tune that they no longer want, if I understand the article correctly, they no longer want a ban on flavors in brick and mortar stores. They want to ban menthol and flavors in cigars and menthol in cigarettes. Whether that menthol ban will come across to vaping, I don't know. John, what were you going to interject there with?
We've already done it.
Oh, shit.
No, not on the show. Sorry. The we was a national statement. In the UK, we've already banned menthol cigarettes and flavoured cigarettes. They're banned. They're not. This is bullshit.
Can
they
you not
know
menthol cigarettes in England?
Nope. You can buy Click cigarettes. That was what the Click came from. You know, the capsule you break in a cigarette. That was where that began. But flavoured cigarettes, menthol, gone. You can't buy them in the UK anymore.
Oh, so America is still just a couple of years behind us.
That's what they're doing. It's a trick. Fuck me. Do you know what? You can now get.
John into another debate.
No. There's. I know there's a few viewers of our show who I interact with regularly. Critical thinking. There's a qualification you can do a degree in critical thinking now. It's really, really important. You need to start looking at not what's happening right now. You need to be looking at the next thing. This is a really outright bullshit trick. It's a trick. Don't get me wrong.
I'd be surprised if it's a trick.
It's a trick.
I thought the timing of it was really odd in that.
We're not gonna ban flavors. We're interested in flavored cigarettes. This is bullshit. Yeah. They know it's coming. It's inevitable. It's a political win. I don't know does anybody know why menthol cigarettes were brought in?
No.
So it was an aid to stop you smoking. It's absolutely stupid. So it's deniability basically. Silk cut. There's loads of bullshit. Before we got to the position we're in right now, tobacco companies pretended to. They had to attempt to get people to quit smoking. So they did two things: they lowered the tar, they lowered the nicotine in cigarettes, and they also gave you a menthol option. All these three things at different points in history were supposed to make you quit. We now know through decades of research that lowering the tar and nicotine in cigarettes actually makes you smoke more. You just smoke twice as many cigarettes. Not only do you smoke twice as many cigarettes, you inhale deeper. And people who got caught up in the silk cut thing in the early 80s are more likely to get cancer because holding a drag of a cigarette in longer is a problem. And menthol is obviously completely fucking stupid. It doesn't make any difference. You still get nicotine. It is bollocks. They know it's coming. They're going to take it out. They're lying when they say they're not going to aim for the bricks and mortar with the flavours. Of course, they fucking are.
This article is a win for me. Any article I can bring up that sends John on a rant, I'm like, yay! I've done my job today.
Somebody will please get. We've already had it tonight anyway. Mrs. May has said she's definitely not going to quit. We know what that means. See you later. Fuck, thanks.
That means the bags are packed already.
I don't know. Mind Corbyn said that.
Yeah, he didn't call a press conference. She did. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Fuck off. Richard, we're on to you.
Ooh. I got a bit of news for you. Check this out. Is this is this week's hot new mod? Forget the stuff James is showing you. Oh, check this out. Should be able to see this on screen now-ish. This is from Wismec. This is Wismec's new mod.
Not what's on your script. You threw me completely.
Oh no, not you guys. This is the new mod from Wismec. This is the Tinker. The Tinker from Wismec.
From Lovejoy, I think.
Yeah. This is a triple 18650 Relu Tinker. They seem to be drawing a lot of parallels to like Nike.
Like a parallel. We're making up words. We're learning to read. Tonight is the night.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Yeah, I think they're drawing a lot of parallels with the is it one of the Nike shoes of the 80s, the big sort of like Jordans. It's a very interesting looking mod.
I don't hate that.
I mean, if you're gonna go triple 18650, you've got to do it in a certain style, haven't you?
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, think of it. They came up with a model that everybody did.
I think it'll be very interesting to see what chat think. Is that ugly or pretty? That'd be very interesting to hear. Do you
I
like?
Can't read John Malcolm's comment, so everybody just read it.
So if people want to put in chat whether they think they like the look of that or they do not, that'd be very interesting.
What I like best is the Leaning Tower of Pisa man in the background is doing the old.
He's not in the background; he's in the foreground. This is a big mod.
I thought it was like, for me, when I looked at that picture, I was like, you could take it golfing. Look at that, bit of golf. Take it golfing with it.
So let's just gauge chat on this. We've got Paul saying it's horrific, Andy saying it's fugly, Juby's fugly. Says it's fugly. Dan says ugly. Glenn says pretty ugly. There we go. So there we go. Interesting. I didn't necessarily think the viewers of this show would love it. But yeah, it's interesting.
For me, if it's a mod, it's a triple 18650 and you look like desk mod, and it's not going to be bank breakingly expensive. We know what they're going to do.
It's not an out and about thing anyway, is it? 'Cause it's too big.
Nah, exactly. But stick it on the desk. Laughing a few days out of that.
So
I don't know.
Yeah, I thought that was the hot new release this week, and it caught my eye with its looks. So there we go. So there is one other thing we were going to say. Should we tell people about this?
Wait! I think you might have to, wait. It might have just. That's kind of easy. Sorry, I'm just checking the script. Do you want to save that, and then I'll go into the next bullshit, and then go into that,
okay,
and then we'll end the news with you. Richard. That's a good one.
So shall I end on the semi-big announcement?
Yes.
Okay.
You end, but not now.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with the Evening Standard.
Okay.
This is an amazing piece of crap from the Evening Standard, so it's definitely worth hearing. The Evening Standard went with. I'm not going to say it's not a great newspaper. We value your privacy. Fuck off. Teens are an easy target for vaping firms with their cool, slim devices. That's what we now know. Last Friday, my son celebrated his 12th... This is her, by the way. I haven't got a 12-year-old son. Last Friday, my son celebrated his 12th birthday with a trip to the cinema, followed by a bunch of boys piling back to ours to sleep over. Open brackets, I discovered them trying to do the 24-hour challenge at 3 a.m. Close brackets. In general, boys are several grades more innocent than girls at the same age. So I was horrified. That's a fact, by the way. That's what she's going with. So I was horrified. Discovered one of them had a vape. So it goes on to say she confiscates somebody's a child's vape that he got off his 13-year-old sister, but he didn't have any pods for it. She's confiscated one before, but she says one of those was from a 14-year-old who told me it was just a strawberry flavoured vape with 0 milligrams of nicotine, and showed me the contents of the bottle, on which there was a not for sale to under 18 stamp. Anyway, this new one was a Juul. Slim electronic device. I just really like the wording. The sort of cool thing that would appeal to a smartphone obsessed Generation Z. The capsule contained 1.7% nicotine and come in mango and apple flavours. And it says, open brackets, with obvious parallels to Alka-Pops, close brackets. Then it goes into what the FDA are doing. I just really made me laugh that it was very, very cool, and how to get a vape off a kid.
She's obviously too cheap to buy her own.
How did that make the news?
I've no fucking clue. I think it was like an editorial piece, but it is unbelievably badly written, cliched, load of shit, and it's already illegal. What do you want to do? Can we make any chance? Can we make it more illegal? I don't know what people want. What are you supposed to do? Here we go. Fuck it. I'm gonna go for this instead. Let's change the game. And normally I would ask people when they'd. Nah, that makes sense. James, how old were you when you had your first cigarette?
Of legal age, probably.
Oh, were you one of those?
Yeah. There's a story. I'm not going to tell the story here. Yeah, there's a story, but I can't disclose the details of the story. But there's a story.
That's fine. Brad, this isn't proving my point, so do me a fucking favour.
No, I got your back, don't worry.
Good man.
I was nowhere near legal consenting.
Good man.
I had made a new friend who was a very bad influence in my life, clearly. And we nicked a pack of, I want to say, Gunston 500s.
Oh, pretty good.
Lights from his dad, and gone to the local park. And for some stupid reason, let's start with, I was about 9. For some stupid reason, we decided to climb a tree and smoke it in the tree so that no one would find us.
Obvious to a child. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And getting nauseous and dizzy from the nicotine and having a coughing fit in the top of a tree, you can guess what happens next. Yeah.
Fell out the tree.
We both fell clean out the tree.
Good people. Richard, how old were you?
12, I think.
Good man. I was going to go. I couldn't remember if I was 11 or 12. We're getting from chat 15, 10, 11, 11, 14, 15, 14, 12, 10, 13, 12, 15, 10, 12, 7 or 8. That is a fucking winner. 14. Yeah, exactly. It was illegal then. Everybody who's posting in this chat, it was illegal then. It is. What the fuck do you want to do? The more illegal you make something, the cooler it becomes. Yeah. We know that. We know that as a social thing. It is absolutely fucking ludicrous to say that the iPhone generation are going to be attracted by a slim device. But okay, fine. So were the fucking 30-odd-year-olds who are also in Generation X. It doesn't make any fucking difference. It is an absolutely ridiculous statement. Derry Murphy definitely wins 7 or 8. I love that. I don't know what you're fucking doing, but I know I'm having a fucking cigarette because I've had enough of the shite that is my day at school. It's a bit racist.
Straight after Noddy, I have a cigarette.
Yeah. I'm going to have a Farley's Rusk, and then I'm going to smoke myself a fucking cigarette, you little bastard. Yeah, it doesn't make any difference. What you're attempting to make something more fucking illegal. No idea what that means. I'm gonna go. Oh, I'll go with the Jan story quickly. I'm gonna go with Coil Vapes posted yesterday. They've got brought back. Sweet Pea is back in. If you're in the States and you want a short fill, go to Coil Vapes and get some Sweet Pea, which is pumpkin. No, it's not. It's sweet potato. It's marshmallow. There's a tiny bit of coconut. It's quite sweet. And just have it sell it. It is the most wintry flavour we sell. Is Sweet Pea by Coil Vapes. I know I'm going to be vaping it shortly. I meant to pick some up today because I was leaving it for like a week because it's fantastic after about a week. That is all I was going to say. And we're going to go back to Richard for the announce.
Oh yeah, okay. So we've got a semi big announcement. I think we're all on board with this now. We're not taking this lightly. We have been heavily considering it for quite some time, and all the planning is in place. We're currently planning, so it will be in place in time. We're going to be adding to our existing group a sales and trade page for vaping gear. There's going to be an Ideal Home Show sales and trades group attached off the back of our existing group. Idea being, you can sell your vape gear that you're not using anymore. People can buy it, do a little tradey thing. I'm sure, like you all already doing on Facebook in other places. We just thought we've got quite a unique audience and lots of nice gear, and people that are always having to find places to sell it. And we wanted to sell it. We thought we'd open that opportunity up on ours, and we are going to have our own rule set as well, and that'll be key to how we do it. Anything to add, chaps?
Are we disclosing the details of the rules right now? Because it's a little bit different to.
Yeah, feel free. I'm comfortable with all. I'm comfortable with all the rules we've agreed.
So. Set on the rules, yeah.
Okay, so it is. I mean, there's lots of rules that you've seen in your regular VP groups, you know, or under RRP, state this, have pictures, blah 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 blah. But where we are a tiny bit, and I'm not saying this on any other group. There will be a small fee for buying, selling, and trading. For selling and trading, and it's going to be £1. It's going to be £1. Every transaction will cost you £1, and this is going to sound.
You need to do your catchphrase. You said the word £1, James.
I'm not going to do that. It's only £1. It's only £1. No, you know what it is. It's only £1. It's £1. £1. It's going to cost you £1. It's going to cost you £1 to trade or to sell, and that money is going to go into a kitty, not like a kitty cat, like a kitty, like a pot, and that money will be. We're not going to say what the money's for, but it's for good things. It's for good things, and that's what makes it a little bit different. Now you can choose not to use it. Absolutely, you can choose not to use it because there's plenty of others out there. However, if you do choose to use the Ideal Home Show selling page, there would be a fee of £1
per sale, not per listing, per sale.
Absolutely, per item.
And it'll be on the seller. So the best thing to do is the seller just puts the price up £1 more than they wanted, and then when the transactions happen, just send the pound to the special
£1
PayPal.
Under they wanted.
£1 over they wanted. If they wanted 30 quid for something, if they put it for 31, then put that pound in.
I thought you were going to say 29, and they.
I can't read, and John can't do math.
What?
I said you can't do math, mate.
Probably. I heard you.
But he still came up to the screen to hear you a little bit better.
I was reading his name.
Yeah, he's got earphones.
Sorry, James. Let James get to the end of the rules.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to go into the internet because the vast majority of them are exactly the same.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules. Obviously, we're getting getting to do it from hindsight, aren't we? Because we've seen how these groups have been for a long time. So we're sort of, you know, we're doing it based on all the good work that all the previous ones have done and stuff. But yeah, it's no sausages, clean gear, up-to-date pictures, all the usual stuff, and yeah, all that. So it's going to be good.
It's only vaping.
We'll have that before the end of the week.
Yeah, I reckon do that.
Yeah, Sunday or Monday will be the official launch, but you'll hear lots about it on the main group. So
I've just seen that. Just to clear this up, we are going to be doing vaping stuff only. I've just seen that Glenn Travers wants to buy my used gluten-free pants, and I'd love to sell them to you, but it's just vaping again.
Although we did discuss whether it was just everything. I was all for just selling everything, but no, apparently selling everything would be a disaster.
It would be a fucking. I'd still remember somebody trying to swap their TV for some vaping gear once.
You know what? I think it would be a beautiful, just a little doorway, a little opening into people's lives. What they sell on the group. I just think that would be so entertaining.
Yeah.
Anyway, pound. You want to sell? Pound. All right.
About. We're about to go into a logistical nightmare.
I think it's going to be magic.
Okay.
But you're right. This is high danger. Brad's pressing buttons on his computer. I'll tell you.
Stop pressing buttons, Brad.
I'll tell you that for free.
Brad isn't touching.
You're a liar. Don't lie to me. I can actually see you.
You can see both my fucking hands, is what you can see.
Keep them there
Now.
for the whole of Travava.
I know I'm African, but my cock isn't that talented.
Okay. Keep them there for the whole of Travava. Right. Right. Here we go with.
You got. I can see
Travava's
what's happening
coming.
on the screen.
So
This
it's
one.
time for Travava. All right. Okay. So let's do it. So you know what the first one is, James. What's the first one?
Okay, the first one is from RG Bargy, and this one was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. This might be the best one we've had in a few weeks. It was from some TV. Can I remember the TV show it was from? Something on Netflix or other. It looks like it could.
Oh yeah. I do remember this one. It is rather special. I'm looking at it on my phone.
It's a mind control device or some.
It's not though, is it? It's definitely a mod.
It looks just like a mod. I liked it a lot. That's from RG Bargy. Okay, next one is from Bobby Drago. This reminds him of the name, just purely because of the name there. I presume this is.
Keep talking. Keep it talking.
Some kind of Swedish or.
Yeah, you don't have to be too specific with this one.
It's Cunty Lanag. Next one's from Bob.
Oh no! Keep talking about the Cunty Lanark because it's going to be good on the screen, and then James is going to change it. Not James, Richard.
It's okay. Keep going.
Okay.
Okay, next one's from Bob. Bob. It's I think it's a fan of an air conditioning unit or a heater.
It is shit. That is a reach, Bob. I love you, but that's a reach.
We do. We love you daily, Bob. We love you daily. Next one's from Bryn. This is kind of a beery thing.
Backstage IPA.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
I don't know.
That's from Bryn. But it could be. It's a bearded man. It's vaping. It's vaping. Next one is Christopher Morrow. He had a little look out his window. He saw this. I don't know where he was. Was he working somewhere or he was in a hospital? I don't know where he was.
He's in hospital?
Yeah, in hospital. And I think this is like some air conditioning,
climate control
thing. Yeah, and it does look a little bit like a mod. I quite liked it.
We love Christopher. The first time we met Chris, came up to us at one of the shows and was talking to us. Chris had broken his back. I'm sure he will correct me if I'm wrong. And Chris lay on his back and watched every single iOS that we'd ever put out and caught up completely.
Oh, was that Chris? Right.
He is an Omi legend. Is Chris?
But it's a good one. I like it. I like it a lot. Next one's from War Craig.
War Creek.
War Craig.
Was that a mod lay side?
That. Try if it's all.
Fake news.
When fake news. Oh, when fake news turns fatal. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Next.
Not bad at all. Fake news. Next one. Let's get on moving. Oh, Derry Murphy. This was a good one. This was a good one. This one looks a bit like it could be from Fluid, or it could be from loads of people. I liked it. I liked it a lot. But it's not. It's a tri-path stereo amplifier, the 12-volt 5-amp power adapter and European plug in gold. Next one is from Frank.
Yep, we got it here. Three dudes. Looks a bit like John.
That one looks a bit like a Ginger John.
Which one's supposed to be me? That's why I couldn't work out. It doesn't. It doesn't. I've got very tiny ears. Very small ears.
Vinny on the left.
I'd go with Vinny on the left, to be fair.
It's pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. Next one is from Herbie. McCubbin.
Mark Todd, waterproof Doug.
Hey, waterproof Doug. It wasn't bad. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Next one's from Hugh GSE.
That is ridiculous.
That is Mark Todd, literally.
It is, that is. It's very, very similar.
I have to even see that.
Very, very similar to Mark Todd. I think I'm surprised nobody else has picked up on that one before.
I mean, careful, because I am now actually officially Mark Todd's security, so don't take the piss.
Right. Next one is Schwar.
Yeah.
This is directed at you, John.
Did you see my joke this week, James? It's quite good.
Which one? Was as good as the celebrity joke?
It was as good as that. Mark White said, "Why have you gone gluten-free?" And I said, "So I can tell everyone about it."
It's funny because it's true. It's funny because it's true.
The next one is fucking amazing.
Ooh.
So that was from Ian Schwar. That was. I'm not going to read that because it's got nasty swear words in it. Look at that, nasty swear words. Ian Schwar, shame on you.
Yeah.
Next one is from the same. This is from Jake Howdeket. I don't know. And it's from the same show as before. It's just a different shot of that brain device.
It's still good. It's a mod. It's a mod.
It looks just like a mod. It's brilliant.
In between shots, whoever's using it is definitely.
Ah, man.
I'm going to cheeky talk. Nice one. Next one's from me. I was watching Jurassic
World.
Jurassic Peoples, whatever it was. And it reminds us of Black Box, which is coming back to just Nick really soon.
It is really soon. Yeah, it does. That's good. That is a good one. I like that. It does remind me of Black Box.
Reminded me of that. Next one is by me as well. This is Ice Cream Man. This is Fiverr. Nobody was going, "Oh, James, that's a good try for Tom." Oh, they were going, "Fiverr, fucking hate Fiverr." That was the debate that went on there.
Yeah, I saw that.
But basically, I saw it and I thought that is a lot like the Ice Cream Man's, like Russell's logo. Next one is from G. Hannon. It's another Mark Todd. There's so many Mark Todds in the world. How many Mark Todds can there possibly be? He just came across this door. It reminded him. Viewed by, it says in the bottom there, you can see that if you're, it's on screen, which I presume it is because we've got a massive delay.
It's definitely on screen, don't worry about that. They're all on screen. Don't worry about that.
It's totally pucker. That one doesn't look like Mark Todd. It's not muscular enough. Next one.
Can I just say? Yeah, yes? This one is from John Martin, correct. But can I just say, if anyone has taken acid before watching this, I am really sorry because of all the changing heads. It's not ideal. But yes, this is. God, carry on. Is this Mark's key?
We're just working through the kinks. We're working through the kinks. It's good.
I need to find a way of locking everyone's windows.
John, this is from our John Moore.
Come on, that's not James Elliott.
And it did. I mean, I took a screenshot on my phone of the two because you had the two photos back to back. And it's a brilliant one of our Mark's key.
That's from Killer Eve.
Lovely. Next one is from John Smith. This one proper made me laugh. This one proper made me laugh. It's not a proper tried potato bar by any means. It's Frank Zappa, and he went, and the caption was something like, an 18350 in Frank's pocket.
That's very good. I missed that one. That's very clever.
Really, really, really made us giggle. Next one is.
Fuck off! Why are you doing that?
I'm sorry, John. I'm sorry. That's from Joseph Wright. But reminder of it. We sent this over.
That's fine.
Next one is from Moxie, who just had as he was a tribe for top. I know he's sending tribe for top bars. Now I cannot remember what this reminded him of.
It was a mod, and I can't remember what mod it was.
Somebody I thought it might have been supposed to be Yellow or Juma or whatever, but I can't remember. But somebody got it. Herbie, I think, got it, but I can't remember now. That was from Moxie. Thanks very much, Moxie. Next one is from McBlizzard.
Is that just snakeskin?
Yeah, snakeskin. I think it was. Yeah, I think it was a snakeskin, but it was a mod. It reminded him of a mod, I think.
It did remind him of something or other. That reminded him. It was something to do with vaping, I think. It reminded him of something to do with vaping. And then he took the picture and he put it on the group. I think that's what it was. It reminded him of something to do with vaping. I think. So this is from McBlizzard. This one says Aspire Ho by Bantham's Racing. We've had a few Aspires. We'll get to them later. Another one from Mick.
Is this the Sun City Group Macau thing?
Single coil squonker.
Oh yeah, that's where we're at. Yes, we're at single coil squonker. Correct.
Single coil squonker. SCS. So for cotton specialist. SCS, I think, used to be Sunderland corporate specialists. I think originally it started in Sunderland. We got our suite from
It's a shocker, though, isn't it? That's a bad survivor.
It's terrible. I mean, it is. It really, really is.
He's working very hard to find the connection there.
He is. Bless him. Next one is from Ollie Redmond. This is is this from? This is from. I don't know what this is. Is this from Reddit? I don't know. I don't recognise the format. I don't frequent Reddit, but it does say. I'll read it out quickly. So you know how in like 90% of zombie fiction, it's bites that kill you and make you a zombie, right? Okay. So I want you to get anything denim from your house and just bite it. Bite it as hard as you can. Chances are you can't bite through the denim very well. So here's what I'm thinking: zombie apocalypse, all denim outfit, the anti-zombie uniform. That was from. Thanks, Ollie. Thanks, mate.
This is just a trowel.
But it reminded him of vaping because it's got a nice.
It is also a shit trowel. I will say that.
Yeah.
For digging up shit.
You're going to be digging a very shallow grave.
Wow. It's got such a fucking long handle. Let's get paid in the arse or something. I did get the next one. Good luck with that.
So that was from Rick. Next one is I think we're now into
the Aspire section.
I think that should have been at the end there from Sam Hewitt there. This is Aspire. We'll get to the story, Sam. You should have been near the end. Next one is from Simon Sawyer's Unicorn.
Yep, it works.
Let's keep moving. Stuart Michael Bodycore.
Driving the Nick.
Driving with Nick. That's what it was. Was driving with Nick. Can you all say that?
Right,
you can't just pretend you can. Next one, Tom Beatty. He said this was a doubler.
Ditto. But it's got a coil on it, hasn't it? It's got a coil on it. I don't know what the second one is.
I don't know.
Looper, is that a thing?
The petometer, the dial thing.
It doesn't look like a mod to me. It doesn't look like a mod, but it's got a coil on it. It's a single one for me. Tom Beatty will have that. Next one again is from Tom Beatty. This is the thing that reminds him of things that remind him of vaping.
I've got a way to go back. Looper is a very famous e-liquid.
It is, but it's a cereal thing, isn't it? I remember I worked it out when I first looked at it. I was Looper is the lemony cereal.
It's got bypass written at the bottom as well. There we go. Now we're on to some cat food.
That right. So this is Triabatavars for skateboarding. So it's not strictly a Triabatava, but it's a thing that reminds me of Triabatavars, and therefore vaping like by proxy. Tom Brady, nice one. I like that one actually. Next one is Trevor Larkin. Lovely Trev. We love Trev. I think this was just because it was gluten free.
Oh, was it gluten free? Is that what it was? Oh, they got so many. There was great. There's some really good beers there, and I really liked it.
Just distracted by the beer.
I was. I haven't had a proper decent beer for ages.
Where the hell is Trevor Larkin that they've got dogfish beer? Because I'm going.
Looks like a cash and carry, doesn't it?
This is where Trev works. I think you mentioned something to do with working. I could be wrong.
Anyway, next. Tiny little things.
Trevor Larkin's in Philly. The next one is the winner of the week.
This could well be the absolute, the Triavatava
of the year.
The month, the week, month, and possibly year. This is a brilliant one. This is from, I'm going to actually absolutely crucify your name. Bacillus Hadfanus. I don't know. But look at that, man. Isn't that absolutely brilliant? It's like a teeny tiny, weeny little mod with a teeny tiny, weeny little Hellfire drip tip on there.
Perfect.
It's a beauty, isn't it? It's an absolute beauty. Thank you very much. Okay, right now we're into the Aspire section. Good grief, this was ridiculous on the group. Let's whiz through these. Okay, this.
Mark and I'm going to go for a walk around the block.
I can't remember who started. It might have been Vickery. That's why I've got it. That's why it comes in this order. Might have been Martin who had the first Aspire one. Aspire News Agency. Sorry, took a photo. Fair enough. Next one. Andy Wilson. So it spiraled. It spiraled into things that were a little bit like Aspire. This is Aspire. Somebody spying.
Aspire, yeah,
next one. Bob Clark. That's Aspire. Next one was Dave from Dave Catton. This is a genuine Aspire one. We works for Supergirl. That's Aspire. And then we've got Aspire from Danny Murphy. We've got Aspire supporting people with that.
That was me.
Ian Clark. We've then got one from me. This wasn't me. This was
Aspire.
Aspire. It was like a funeral.
Aspire.
And then we've got one from you, John, which is what's this one? The donkey thing.
As in donkey ass.
Of course, Aspire. And then we've got John Smith. This is Aspirate.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Aspirate. And then we've got more spires from Keith.
I don't know why I'm looking at these on the thing because I know they're all.
Yeah, we've got Aspire from Keith Jones. We've got Len Burgess.
What's this one then with the red pants? Ass-Fiver?
It could be. Then we've got ass higher.
Oh.
Because there's a low ass and a high ass. It's ass higher. Let's the first one was ass higher, ass for higher. I don't know. Another Aspire from Matt English. Another Spire from Matt English. Ollie Redmond. This is ass higher. I don't know what this is from Ollie Redmond. Then we've got another one from Ollie, which was Aspire. One from Paul Iverson, which just happened to be in a room where it said Aspire. We've got one from Rick, which is Aspie. Then we've got one from you, Rich.
Oh yeah, Ascari Pie.
Yeah.
My phone on Facebook.
Sam Newitt's Richard's Aspire. Richard Bryant's another Spire from Sam Newitt, and that is the end. Thank the Lord of the Aspires and indeed Triavatava. It's been a trying week. It's been up and down. Some brilliant ones, and then the Aspire thing was ridiculous. I put them on the show because that's a star roll.
Yeah, sorry about all the changing windows during that section, but you got to see some cracking Travavars. Just enough time for a troll of the week. Let's end on a nice cheeky troll. We don't see enough of these days. This was sent to me by my wife, actually, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, I don't know why.
We've not seen it. Can you not put it in a folder
Yes,
on
I
the
know.
screen?
I know. It's exciting, isn't it?
Well, I can't fucking see it, so it's less exciting.
Oh, you'll be able to see it in a sec. Well, you won't actually. That's a lie. But you could find a way. So she sent me this. She's not a proper Yorkshire person, so she likes my silly voice. And
where is your darling wife from?
Liverpool originally, but she doesn't have a Scouse accent. Even she's sort of just posh.
Oh, nice.
But anyway, so she quite liked this. This was. Let me slightly resize it. This was Yorkshire Mr. Men. This has been doing the rounds. So we've got in the top left, we've got Mr. Complains About Out. There we've got Mr. Ow Fucking Much. In the middle.
Yes, I can see it now.
On the left, we've got Mr. Takes his coat off indoors so he feels to benefit. Bottom left, we've got Little Miss moved down to London for a bit but didn't like the people. And then instead of Mr. Bump, we've got Mr. Binnint Was. And then I'll have to do more research on this last one, but it's Mr. Messy, but renamed to Mr. Wazzock. Now I don't know if a Wazzock. Perhaps he just looks like a Wazzock. I'm not sure.
I think it's that he looks like a Wazzock.
Yeah, because I don't think there's a defined link between being messy and being a Wazzock.
No.
From my understanding of it. But there we go. There we go. Right. One last thing while we're live, and it's been the acid episode. Brad.
Yes, darling.
Lean forwards towards the camera.
Is that far enough for you?
Yeah, lean back now. Lean back. Good. I'm glad we did that.
So am I.
No fucking idea what that was about.
Okay, cool. So, I think, unless anyone has anything else we need to say, that's it, I think. That's the show. Stay tuned to the group for news on the sales page. That will be coming very, very soon. Literally, just be in the Ideal Home Show Facebook group. There's always a link in the video description to the group if you're not already a member. Get in now, because there will be a warm-up period where if you're brand new to the Ideal Home Show group, you won't be allowed in the sales group. So yes, so that's the thing. And you're all going crazy again. It's because you don't sit still, I think.
It's not. Yeah, do you know what I realised when I was watching this show? I kind of watched it on YouTube. I thought, I know why so many people think I dye my hair. I don't, but it does. It looks really dark.
Yeah.
It's not really that dark.
Yeah. So there we go. So yeah, stay tuned to the group. Make sure you're in the group. Because new people to the group will need a little bit of a warming period in the group before they join the sales page and all that stuff. So stay tuned for all that. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you
See you
all
next Thursday.
next Thursday. Bye.